light within itself and black hole Earth. Let's break this thing down a little bit more, as God can do all things, and God is light. Okay, so as this black hole expands, and with a black hole, light just keeps coming in and coming in, and it just grows and grows and grows, and that's where we're at kind of in this world, and that's where they're showing you new heaven and earth. Oh, there's an underwater continent, the 8th continent, and oh, we have a new tornado alley. It's no longer here, it's here, and these types of things. So these telling you that there's humans and non-humans, and that there's been an alien cover-up. So that's the great deception being announced to y'all, as the church saying aliens are the great deception. No, them lying to you for however many decades is the great deception. Okay, so it's part of the upside down world, where the light is being put into that black hole and flipped. Okay, and this word demons means intelligence. So the church, they teach from an early age the slave master stuff, where you're supposed to beat your children on the ass. It's calling it spanking, and the spanking, the panking, and all that is coming in now. So as the light is inside of itself, and this film, this projection controls it, it connects to the audience that goes out and does all these things beforehand. It connects to the film studio, and that goes back ultimately to one dude's idea in the head and all those types of things. Okay, so this is kind of that seed of life where God has put this, where he wants to become dark again. So this light, this sun and all those things would be coming in our world in a spiritual way, but it also can be where the light can be returning to itself, where we're actually going to break through this thing, and we just go back and get rid of this program, and then a whole nother program starts somewhere else. So it could be something like that, where this whole system is being pushed out of that so-called black hole. The mothership's coming and gathering, so-called. You go into the light, and then Earth 2.0 and whatever else, and you don't even know what happens to this one. It's just consumes itself, right? So, and that also includes the nuclear blast and the fires and all this shit too. Like, that's part of this consumption. And y'all's God is a consuming fire. So that's where you're also the children of hell and all those other things. And then you're the children of sin, because you reflect some other dude's light, and sin is the moon god, and you have no light of your own, and all these other things. So that's where all this stuff is coming in, as well as God's light. The sun is coming in and expanding through the black hole as you're going into the abyss and whatever else. Okay, folks? So spiritually, non-spiritually, however you want to look at it, but the sun would be the exit out of here, as that's where the light coming in. That would be like your 20,000 degree, whatever they teach on that firmament. So out there would be your type of space through the sun, and it's getting through the sun would be getting back to God or whatever kind of thing, because that's where the so-called light comes in and shines through us, which follows us in our own perspective. It comes through us. We project it out in a combined consciousness. That's part of the Christhood and such too, where, and then the combined consciousness is where we're the fractals of that light. Okay, so that's where also the space, the black hole, is consuming itself. After it gets to the bottom, it starts doing these action, and then once there's so much light and it starts forming, then you get matter, and it starts creating the program, right? And then it starts pushing against itself, and that's where you get the quantum gravity or whatever, where you get oxygen and carbon dioxide, you get food intake, you get smells from flowers and all these things. As the earth is pushing out, it's pushing in and expanding or whatever, and that's where the trees grow out and all these things, because it's their light and gas and all this stuff. But that's where you get the energy output. That's where it can't go like this, but it goes like within itself. Okay, so eventually it's going to break open, and where it eventually expands and those types of things once so much comes, or if we swallow like a system, or however these kinds of things go as it comes in through the sun. And this is where things can just pop out of nowhere as it comes in through the sun, burns up, and then whatever's left over. And that's where they talk about plasma coming from, how does that affect Earth. And the black hole, dude, that brings it all into view. Okay, and we are the light inside out. We are actually the dark light, and the only reason you can see things is all that stuff or whatever, right? So the color black proves these things, the shadows, all this stuff bringing together as that program is the seed of life. And it either way, y'all, willing it here for now. Got to get to go cutting that hair.